Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Where Is This Going? I'm your host, Hunter Miles, and this is Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. And in the studio today, we have a very hilarious man hailing from East Lansing, part of the Salsa Parlor boys. Please welcome Jake Ford.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you. You can follow Jake on Instagram and Twitter. On Twitter at Jake Ford 6669 and on Instagram at Comic Jake Ford. Also, subscribe to him on YouTube.
Subscribe to my YouTube, Jake Ford Comedy. I'm started posting stand-up clips on there. I don't know. I want to start getting into like filming sketches and some shit. So
Hell yeah.
I recently realized like how easy it is to actually like. I thought I needed to like go out and like buy cameras, but I'm like, dude, I think it's pretty easy to actually just film shit on an iPhone and then
Yeah.
like make it look really good in post. So
Especially
like,
iPhones. Or I shouldn't say especially iPhones.
with like the ones with like the three cameras on them,
Exactly.
those are sick, dude.
The
Those look
13s.
really crazy good.
Hell
Like,
yeah. And the gimbals that you can get for them too. Like
what's a gimbal?
here we go. I don't know much about photography. It basically steadies the camera.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's like
Um,
so your shaky hand isn't, yeah,
Isn't
exactly.
completely fucking it up, but like a not like a gyroscope.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Similar.
that we probably both need a gimbal because we're both sitting here drinking Red Bulls at like
At
6
least you got
p.m.
the sugar
So,
free.
yeah, trying.
I don't know if that's better, but
I don't think so. I don't really think it's gonna make that much of a difference in my overall health. I mean, I'll just have diabetes, or I won't have diabetes, but I'll have other severe health problems from drinking two of those a day.
right, just high blood pressure.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Crazy
I just
anxiety,
know there's something wrong with
severe
my
caffeine problems. I'll probably get gout.
blood. It's a rich man's disease, though.
It's not a rich man's disease.
not
You
anymore.
can get gout from eating just too much McDonald's and shit, man.
Yeah, but it
Like,
used to be the rich man's disease
yeah. What, back in like 1900s,
when
maybe?
everyone was poor.
Yeah, during the Great Depression. Yeah,
When everyone was poor,
yeah.
it was the rich man's
Look at all these
disease.
flappers over there. They all have gout.
They all have gout.
Those rich white ladies
Yeah,
with
but
their stupid flapper dresses
I
on
don't
have
know-
gout.
I don't know why I associate flappers with also prostitutes.
I don't know if there's any correlation, to be honest with you. I think that's just when like women were like, "We're gonna show more than our ankles."
Right, and I'm instantly like, whore.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
that's-
that's what the way society was in the
Exactly.
20s. Like, except for all the cool, radical feminists of the 1920s,
Right.
all the radical male feminists
The
of the
cool
1920s.
What
They
a
were
co-
like,
what a
"Hey,
concept.
lady, yeah, you can wear a dress any time of the year."
Dame.
Look at this lass over here.
Yeah, what? I
That
don't
all
know
came
what to
around
call it.
that all came around too when like prohibition was happening. Like,
right, we're at the speakeasies. And all
yeah,
that.
yeah. So they're like, I don't know, maybe dressing like that. They're like, we're going out
Exactly.
we're going out to commit a federal crime tonight. We gotta look nice.
You gotta look nice, and you gotta wear your best dress. But like that's when like cocktail dresses
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah,
popped off too.
dude, I wish drinking was still illegal. That'd be fucking sweet.
Dude, it would make him way more badass.
It would make it way more badass, but also like I live in like a college town
Yeah.
in East Lansing, and I fucking hate those kids,
Oh
dude.
yeah, and
They're-
it's always their drinking.
They're an absolute mess in East Lansing, dude. Well, you know how like this is really funny. You know how like when MSU will win a big game, they'll win
Right.
and they'll still destroy like part of the city.
Win and riot.
There's like an apartment complex. I always forget the name of it, but it's like a specific one that they always go to after a big win. And it's the one where they always burn a couch,
Yeah.
or like fuck up somebody's car.
And I think it's on like I
Yeah.
don't know for sure, but is it like on the top of the parking structure next to these apartments or something?
No,
not.
it's close
Maybe-
by to the stadium. It's
Okay.
like pretty close to the stadium, but like I saw a video of them like fucking up somebody's car this year, and then like this other dude they're like kicking in this windshield after the car's already tipped over on
Hell
its
yeah.
side, by the way, and they're like kicking out the windshield and shit.
And this
and this-
car was not donated.
No, it was not.
Right.
And this one kid came up and like pushed the other kid away and was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like, what? That's somebody's fucking car, man. What is wrong with you guys?" And then in the background of the video, I just heard somebody go, "What's that guy's problem?" We're trying to riot, dude.
Excuse me, we're just celebrating a win.
Yeah.
I don't know what your deal is.
Did you see the photo that went viral of the two kids sitting on the couch that was like on fire this year?
No.
It was like after they beat U of M this year.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
I do recall.
You remember
yeah.
the photo of the two kids on the
Yes,
couch is
on
on
fire.
fire and there's literally one kid sitting on it and the other kid sitting on it. I work with one of those kids at like the gym that I work at, and he didn't come into work for like a month after that.
Was it due to burns? Or
No, he didn't get injured. He did catch on fire, but he did not get injured.
Oh, dang it.
No, it was because the photo went so viral and like he heard the East Lansing Police Department was looking for him. So he like literally just like laid low. Like apparently when he went to class, he would like wear a hoodie and sunglasses like he's fucking Jake Gyllenhaal or something.
I mean, did they
going out in public.
show up to where he lived? Or
No, I don't think they ever. I think after a while they just let it go because they know it's going to happen again. So it's almost like a waste of police resources to like even bother with these fucking kids.
Right, why arrest him?
Yeah, but if drinking was illegal, though,
Exactly.
it would be those college kids would probably find a way to get drunk, but like it would cause less societal problems.
Exactly.
Because they can't do it out in public and
then
fucking ruin shit.
And then as an old man, like it would force you to get all of that out of your system.
Yeah.
And maybe then it would kind of ramp up for college kids.
Maybe
I don't. In the open.
It was like they're not out affecting society. You know what I mean? Like I don't think we need to make alcohol illegal, but I think like maybe stricter laws would be like have better effect on just what's going on. Yeah.
I think we should make it.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna work because people always find a way to get it, even if it's
True.
yeah.
Almost every time.
Maybe we'll expect them to be more mature by then.
Yeah,
they'll be
I
expected
suppose.
to be mature.
Well, I feel like college kids don't know how to drink properly. Like they think it's supposed to hit you like weed, like almost like it's supposed to hit you like immediately.
Why
it's
am
like
I not feeling this as I'm sipping.
Yeah,
it?
dude. If you drink one beer, it takes like a whole hour to like feel the full effect of that one beer. Like it takes your body a while to like process that, dude.
How long did it take you to figure out how to drink?
Oh, dude, I was like 23 when I think I like got the hang of it. But even then, I've made terrible mistakes. Still, like
same.
I blacked out. I blacked out for the first time last year.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the 4th of July, and I walked into work at the gym, and my boss is kind of a maniac there, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to go to like Pizza House and go, grab a couple beers?" So we did that, and I was expecting to like go back to work after that, but in the middle of us like drinking at Pizza House, Zach Burkar called me, my roommate, another Salsa Parlor guy, calls me and is like, "Yo, dude, we just got fucking bows and arrows. Do you guys want to come? Do you want to come do archery?" And I was like, "Steve, we just got bows and arrows. You want to go do archery?" And he was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's go."
That's a cool boss.
Yeah, very cool boss.
Right.
And this is all while I'm clocked in, by the way.
Exactly.
Like I'm like getting paid to fuck around and do this.
To go have a couple of beers with me.
Yeah, this story does not end well though. It really doesn't.
Well, it started with beers at work. So.
Yeah, exactly. And so we go back, we walk because we're already like pretty buzzed. Like I'm already kind of drunk because I'm on an empty stomach. I'm not really, not being very smart about the day.
For the day.
Exactly. And it's the 4th of July too. So I'm like, fuck it, dude. Let's just go have a good day.
Hell yeah, America.
So yeah, we walk like 2 miles in like the scorching July heat back to my house. And we start shooting bows and arrows, and then like I smoke a little weed, I drink a couple more like White Claws. I'm just ripping it, dude.
Have you eaten yet?
No, I have not eaten.
This is 4th of July, right?
This is 4th of July.
I mean, you're doing it on the right day.
Yeah, I'm being very reckless, but it's
not out of character for
it's
the occasion.
Independence Day, so it's fucking go time. Yeah.
You're reckless, but you're also being an American.
Exactly. I'm really indulging in the hedonistic American ways. And so we do that for a while, and then Steve is like, "Do you want to go to Barrio, which is a restaurant?" I'm like, "Yeah, actually, I could use like some food." So we end up going there, and I ate like a little bit of food, whatever, blah blah blah. But then like he's like, "Do you want to get these fucking raspberry jalapeno margaritas?" And I'm like, "That sounds fucking terrible, but I'll drink it. Like whatever.
Oh my God,
like
I can't.
a spicy margarita on a hot summer day, like I suppose."
Yeah.
And then so we're like drinking that for like a little bit, and we like maybe get through like a quarter of the pitcher, And then he's like, the waiter comes up and is like, "Do you guys need anything else?" And he goes, "Yeah, let me get 8 tequila shots." And I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, this is gonna be so bad, dude." I thought he was gonna start.
What time is this?
It's probably like 5 p.m. by this point because I got into work around 2.
Right. And then you got into work and almost immediately
and what
left.
yeah,
for
and
beers.
when I say I pretty much, I actually that is what happened.
Yeah.
I immediately left for beers, and then when I say I ate, I maybe had some like tortilla chips and like a piece of like a quesadilla, like a fraction of a quesadilla. And
Which
so
is easy to track because they cut them just like
yeah, exactly. And so I'm thinking he's like gonna start making me like do shots, which I can't even like do that dead sober. I'll just throw up from
Not
like doing a
already
straight
fucked up.
tequila shot.
Oh, God.
It's disgusting to me. I don't drink that way. And so I'm like, I'm not gonna do shots with you. And he's like, that's fine. And then the fucking bartender comes back with the tray, and then he just pours all the shots into the fucking tequila or into the margarita.
Rest of the
And I'm
picture.
like, all right, let's keep doing this. So we get super drunk there, and then I guess we decided at one point to go to this other bar called the Peanut Barrel, and that's kind of when I like sort of blacked out. But like the last thing I remember is like us getting kicked out of Peanut Barrel because I was like way too fucked up. Like I was like obviously like off my fucking rocker.
Not
Like
that
this
you
kid,
were violent
this
or
kid.
anything.
No. I'm not very docile drunk. I get very happy and
I would
like
imagine.
I fucking love you guys. That type of drunk. You know what I mean? So
could definitely imagine
yeah. Weeds is what makes me fucking furious now.
Don't catch me on that reefer though. That's mad.
Yeah, reefer madness, dude. So the last thing I remember at Peanut Barrel is like us getting kicked out, and the last thing, one of the very last things I remember is like the waitress being like, "Yeah, you guys got to go. Like, sorry, honey, you're just like way too drunk." And I just stood up and I was like, "That's fair," and I just like walked away, and I'm like, and then I guess at one point as I was like, my boss was like walking home with me. Just to make sure I got home safe. I guess I just ran away from him.
You know what?
I don't know why.
Your subconscious saw him as a threat.
I think that's really what it was.
After all he had already done to
that
you
that is
day.
actually the opinion I held before I came here, and you said that. I think my subconscious brain was like, you have to get away from Steve. He's a maniac. If you keep hanging out with him, you'll end up doing Xanax at some point in the night, and you will die.
You'll not only will you die.
Yeah, 'cause he's
you
a
won't even
maniac. He,
remember
like-
that you died 3 days ago.
Yeah, but he's like a maniac, dude. He like mixes pills with alcohol and everything. But here's like the worst part of the story is like this is the worst part. I wake up on my couch at like 7 in the morning. Actually, it's like 6 actually. And I'm so fucking hungover. And I'm like, dude, I don't remember anything. Like, I swear to God, I was just at the bar. First time I ever blacked out. It's
Right.
really,
Hell yeah.
truly terrifying to wake up that first time and you're like, dude, I was just there.
That's not a happy first. Yeah,
No.
that's not a happy first.
And I'm like looking around for like my glasses and I can't find them. And I look around for my phone and I can't find it. So I'm like tearing my fucking house apart for like 3-4 hours. It gets to end up being it's like 10 a.m. and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, dude, I'm actually so poor right now. I don't think I can afford a new phone and new glasses. Like,
Not at the same time.
yeah, I think I have to pick one.
But then if I get the phone, I can't read anything on it.
So then, I eventually get the, because I woke up still kind of drunk. I was like, I'm fucked up still a little bit. I finally get the bright idea to like do the like Apple iPhone tracking thing. And I'm like, I really hope my phone is like still on.
Yeah.
And long story short, I ended up finding my phone and my glasses in some dude's yard, like a mile down the road from my house.
Adventure time.
Dude, I will always do red phone case for the rest of my life because it was super easy to spot once I got to his house.
That is so great.
Yeah.
But also, I've been in that exact predicament. I don't know how many. I've probably lost 2 or 3 pairs of glasses.
I don't know how you lose your glasses when you're like I
When
don't
you
know if I was
black
just
out,
like
no.
I don't even need these,
I can
dude.
almost
I'm not a fucking nerd. I don't need these.
I'm too cool for this shit.
Yeah.
Dude turns into Superman.
Exactly, dude.
No, he turns into Johnny Bravo.
I'm
He goes,
seeing fucking triple right now, dude. I don't need these glasses, dude.
These glasses ain't helping shit,
I can
dude.
see through shit right
You
now.
just you finger guns all the way home.
Yeah. I'm amazed I like got home without my phone or my glasses.
All right.
I think when you get that drunk, you just instinctively turn into like a cat,
Yes.
like one of those indoor outdoor
You
cats.
start sniffing around.
Yeah,
for your
yeah,
surroundings.
yeah. The owners are like, I'm getting worried about my cat. I haven't seen him in a few days. And you're
Just
like,
leave the
don't
door open.
worry, he'll be back. He'll be
Just
fine.
leave the garage door open. He'll wander in some of these.
Right.
The last time I got super blacked out, at least the last time. Yeah, no, this was the last time. It was like 4.5, 5 years ago. I was doing Klonopin. I used to abuse Klonopin and Xanax a lot. And
A lot.
a lot. Yeah, you don't just tone down with it.
I think a lot is implied when you use the word abuse. I did a lot. I abused a lot of Xanax and Klonopin.
But I did it often.
Dude, this girl at my high school used to do Klonopin. We'd be like hanging out in my friend Allie's barn
It's a
smoking
fun
weed,
drug.
and she would take a Klonopin and just turn into a completely different human being within 40 minutes, like
Yeah.
just zonked out of her fucking mind.
It'll change you.
Yeah,
Especially
it's
if you have
yeah.
anxiety. Like that's what it's supposed to do.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be like because having an anxiety attack and taking a Xanax is one of the most like relieving feelings ever.
Yeah.
Which is what it's made for. But then not having an anxiety attack and then feeling a Xanax kick in is a cool feeling. It's a fun feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
It's too fun.
I've only taken
Yeah,
Xanax
use
like a couple times, and it was in high school, and both times I think I fucked up by like taking it at like 10 p.m. Like I was already kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
tired, so it just knocked me the fuck out, dude. I didn't get
Exactly.
high at all. I just I got great sleep. Tell you what,
Well, I mean,
I was well rested, and I aced my test the next morning.
see, that's
Yeah.
something I've never done on Xanax. I took Vyvanse to take tests, and then one time in community college, I had taken my Klonopin before going into a math quiz or exam, and when I tell you, I left half of it blank. Like, and it was like an every other page type thing. Like, it wasn't just I did half
no,
of it
dude.
and then stopped and turned it in. It was an every other type of thing, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I was like, I'll come back to those.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then by the time I get to the end, I'm like,
Finished. Done
I
with
don't
that.
remember.
That is exactly what happened.
Exactly.
You're like, I'll go back, and then by the time you were thinking about something completely else.
Exactly. And once I got to the end of the test, I'm like, I'm done already.
Okay. What
These
is
stupid fucks?
what is Vyvanse? Somebody tried to sell me Vyvanse recently. I'm like, I
It's
don't
like
know what that
Adderall,
is.
It's like Adderall, but lasts longer. I think
Oh, okay.
it's like Addy, but more methy. You know.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
This episode of Where Is This Going is brought to you by our sponsors at Riptide Tattoos. Riptide Tattoos is located at 102 Walnut Street, Suite B, over in Holland, Michigan. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And with over 25 years of combined experience between the artists at Riptide Tattoo, there's a versatility of styles, and they're always accepting new appointments. So come on in. Schedule your appointment for your custom tattoo. It's a very clean and friendly environment. And you can go ahead and visit their website if you don't have time to stop in at riptidetattoos.com. And yeah, go ahead and tell them Hunter sent you. Now we'll get back to the episode.
What are you guys sponsored by?
This episode is sponsored by Riptide Tattoos and
Shit.
maybe still off the grid.
Riptide Tattoo. Is that a local tattoo parlor?
Yeah, in Holland.
That's pretty sweet,
I
dude.
stay local, baby, because
I want to go get more
they
tattoos, bro.
support me. Yeah, I'm getting a free tattoo from my boy Steve,
Oh, yeah?
the owner of Riptide, but I still haven't figured out what to do.
Oh, okay. That's pretty dope, though, man. Tattoos are fun.
Where are you gonna put it? Do you know yet?
I want to stay on this arm since I already have stuff.
You do have the one on the left arm.
I've just that one tiny one. That was shout out Anthony Eves, friend of the pod. He did that tattoo for like $5 and a blunt.
Hell
when he
yeah,
first
dude.
got his tattoo
That's
gun.
what's up.
Yeah, it's just some of his his artwork, and I asked him to put a 21 Pilots little thing in there.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because you know.
Gotta rep the 21 Pilots,
Exactly,
dude.
First time I saw 21 Pilots was at Common Grounds Fest in East Lansing
Yeah.
in 2022. 2012, something like that.
Okay. The first time I heard about 21 Pilots, because they're from Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Is okay. Do you know of a band? Do you remember the band Attack Attack?
Yeah.
So when I was in my old band Sycamore, is when I was in like high school.
Mm-hmm. This episode of Where Is This Going is also brought to you by Off the Grid, house of the vintage and handcrafted and created in secret. You guys know Bruce and Alex from Off the Grid over at 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114 here in Holland, between Buffalo Wild Wings and Wild Chef. Alex and Bruce have been on the show a few times. Great dudes, and they have everything you need over there to get exactly that off the grid. Whether it's a new hat, thank you, Bruce, or just a whole new outfit. Bruce is there to curate a new style for you or cater to whatever style you're already set in. And Alex has got it all set up in the glass shop for everything you need, from bongs to bowls, and a lot of like custom pieces you won't be able to find anywhere. And there's so much more than that, but you guys can go ahead and stop down there. Tell them I sent you. That's 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114, right between Buffalo Wild Wings and Wild Chef. They're open Monday through Sunday now, Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, they're open from noon to 5 p.m. So go ahead, check them out. Follow them on Facebook, Off the Grid. That's Off the Grid is spelled GR1 and then 2 Ds on Facebook. Go ahead and visit them online, their website, offthegrid.com. Follow them on Instagram, again, at Off the Grid, but grid is spelled GR1DD. Go ahead. Say what up to Alex, Bruce, and Justin. Tell them I sent you.
All right, we're back from another
Sorry.
techie, dude. Yeah, but we were talking about 21 Pilots. They're from Columbus, Ohio.
Attack.
My band used to record with Johnny Frank from Attack Attack, and he lived in Columbus, Ohio. So he had like seen them like on their as they were like coming up, and this was back in like 2012 too. So it's not like 2011 actually. So it's really before they even hit the mainstream.
Yeah, well, when I saw them, the first time I'd ever heard of them was because we had gotten tickets to see MGMM. Why am I doing
MGM
it? MGMT.
Oh, MGMT, yeah.
Yeah, MGMT, and I just couldn't get it out.
No,
and
it's all
AWOL
good.
Nation.
Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be a sick show.
And who was opening for both of them? 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
So on the way to the show, we're listening to 21 Pilots, and then AWOL Nation, like it was basically 21 Pilots open for AWOL Nation, who was opening for MGMT.
Yeah.
And then after AWOL Nation, we had to go because my friend was tripping. My friend's friend was tripping too hard on acid, apparently.
Oh, I feel like MGMT would have probably calmed her down.
That's what I'm thinking. It was a guy, though.
Oh, well, him, yeah. Electric Feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I
Wouldn't
assumed,
that just,
like, the person can't handle their drugs. Must have been a chick, dude. Must have been a lady.
Lady couldn't handle her acid today.
But yeah, Johnny from Attack Attack is the one who, like, I first heard of 21 Pilots from, and he was like, dude, I'm telling you guys, this is going to be, like, the next fucking big band. They're going to be like superstars. And at the time, I'm like a dumb 18-year-old kid. Like I didn't even really like it.
Yeah.
Like he showed me a couple of the songs, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know about all that.
I don't know if anyone will.
Seems
like
a little
them.
fucking corny, dude. And they're like 4 years later, they're like the biggest band on the planet, and I'm like a huge fan. So yeah, well, they got me, dude.
Egg on my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I enjoy great music.
Yeah.
Right. Oh well, I was wrong.
Yeah. Well, dude, I feel like a lot of the stuff I listened to back in high school, like I kind of started revisiting some of it recently.
Yeah.
A lot of it does not hold up, man.
You think you had shitty taste back then?
I don't think no, because some of it does hold up. Like some of it, I'm like, okay, that was good. But like some of it, I'll go back and listen like old like Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Or like bands like that, like Alisana. Like super emo screamo type of shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, this does not sound good.
Those
like,
are bands...
No wonder I was driving my fucking mom insane.
Right. No wonder me and my mom had it.
Yeah, this
at
fucking
odds,
sucks, dude.
I'd hate me too. Alisana was a band I listened to maybe 2 songs from.
Yeah. Very like whiny, clean singing, and then
Exact-
like fucking.
and that's what it was
hardcore,
about,
like
dude.
screaming vocals.
When
yeah.
you were pretty emo back in the day, that's what it
Mhm.
was about.
Dude, like the neon scene phase of that's a great
Like
time.
303
It's a
type?
great timepiece of American culture. Just like
Yes.
the whole post-hardcore, even like yeah, I guess 303 was like yeah. I met those dudes on Warped Tour. They're kind of
See, you got to go on Warped Tour. How old
I didn't
are you,
get to
Jake?
go on Warped
Oh,
Tour.
you were.
I was
Well,
at Warped
yeah,
Tour.
whatever.
I don't know. I didn't mean to
Go
say
on
on.
Warped
Yeah,
Tour.
yeah, yeah.
No, that was on me.
It was when I was like 14.
You were just going around with them, man. That's so.
No,
No, yeah,
like
no,
they
I'm
had
kidding.
like a line where you like got to like you fucking stand for like 2 hours in the blistering sun, and then you get to like say hi to them for 5 seconds. They were kind of dicks, like
Well, they made everyone wait in the hot sun too.
yeah, yeah, they were kind of jerks. They just signed my CD, and I was like, all right, bye.
Yeah. Who would
They're
have
like,
thought
"Peace."
that the don't trust a hoe, can't trust a hoe?
Yeah, no, I was
Never
like,
trust
I
a
got
hoe
older, and I'm like, oh,
guys.
those guys were fuck boys, dude. Like,
Oh wait, the first iteration of
I'm like,
fuckboys. Yeah.
oh yeah, they probably would have been a lot nicer to me if I was like a cute underage girl.
Making them go.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That.
Were you ever into like pop punk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all time low or yeah.
Isn't it weird how many of those dudes ended up being like total fucking creeps?
It's very surprising to me, but then again, not quite. I
Not
like-
quite.
I don't know because you see the fan base.
Yeah, exactly.
And
it's
then
just a little strange.
It was
I
the same Chris D'Elia
couldn't
thing.
see it when I was like 16.
Me neither. I mean, I loved the music. Are you saying you couldn't see it as in you didn't
No,
want to
well, no,
come
no,
to
no,
grips
I
with?
just- No, I just generally I never thought like, oh yeah, fucking the singer of Brand New is out like fucking teenagers.
Right.
Like
No, exactly. I would not have thought of that
yeah, I
at
just wouldn't
all.
have seen it coming. I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean, and the same with I don't want to just throw other names out there because these people aren't associated with sexual assault allegations to my knowledge, but like looking at people in the scene, you're like looking at them, you're like, who are they assaulting? Like who? Just because it was like a very pretty boy type of emo cut.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the scene guys were all very skinny,
Yeah, dude.
not
I remember when I
very
really wanted to look like that.
aggressive looking.
I wanted to be a tall, skinny white dude with fucking dumb, swoopy hair and
See,
like fucking lots of tattoos.
I
and be
couldn't
Like,
have-
I was like, that is the ideal man to be, dude.
Mhm.
That's the best fucking guy you could be in existence.
And you know what?
Most of those guys are just losers now.
Yeah,
they just
no,
work
and
at
you
Guitar
thought
Center,
they
dude.
respected women too. You
I
thought.
thought, I thought they did.
I thought they respected women and were
I'm sure some of 'em
disrespected by
did.
women. That's what I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's why I was gonna say Christopher Drew. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh my
because
god,
like
the
your
dude from
picture,
fucking Never,
Never
Shot
Shot Never,
dude?
yeah. Like because you're picturing the scene,
Yeah,
scene,
yeah.
and you're like, why?
Did
how?
he get accused of some shit?
I don't
'Cause
know
He
that-
seems like a guy
that's
that
why I
would
was
get
saying
accused
I
of some
don't
shit. You know what I mean? Like,
but yes,
like if somebody was like, yeah, he was accused of like by 8 women of like sexual assault, I'm like, that does not surprise me. Dude.
it was
Like,
probably at his height, huh? And then he went away to Brazil or
I
some
remember
shit.
how fucking popular that guy is. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he pulled a fucking Nazi move. He's like, I'm an Argentinian now.
or
Moved
like
to Argentina.
a Drake Bell move. Because Drake Bell, I think, was where
Yeah,
was
he
he?
was, like,
Down in
Texting like a minor or something. I read some weird shit about
yeah.
him.
I don't know if it was any different than the Chris shit or
Yeah. Let's speaking of Drake Bell, dude. I mean, as a kid,
Mhm.
who is fucking cooler on TV than Drake from Drake and Josh? dude?
absolutely no one.
He's okay.
He's the epitome of cool in that
Yeah,
era. He
but
plays guitar.
he's
He's
very
got
cool.
cool
But
looking
that show,
hair.
watching it as an adult, you're like, this show is fucking weird, dude. Like, why was this aired on TV for? Like, he's making out with chicks in like every episode, dude.
Yeah.
And then like, do you know about the creator, like Dan Schneider?
Mm-mm.
Pedophile.
Oh.
Look into Dan Schneider.
Damn it.
He
My
created
childhood.
He created a lot of Nickelodeon.
The Amanda
shows.
Show.
The Amanda Show, like Victorious, like
Yeah.
all that, like iCarly, all
iCarly,
that shit.
fucking, you said Victorious. What was the other one?
Dude, if you go
Anyways.
back in all those shows,
Sam and Cat.
there is several examples of like children doing something with like their feet in like the show.
Yeah, well, especially iCarly.
Like-
I can already picture it. It's on
yeah,
the
there's
intro.
like a fucking clip of Sam like shooting a bow and arrow with her like both her feet.
Yeah, but also I think like Carly
Dan
and
Scheit-
Sam are doing something like this with their toes on the
Yeah,
intro.
Yeah, Nickelodeon's pretty fucked up, man.
I mean, only
Well,
if you
Hollywood in general.
only if
I don't
you
want to
come
start
to
getting into
feet stuff.
Hollywood pedophilia because then I could just like go for hours on that shit. But like, it's really creepy.
But
man.
that's really only
you watch some
creepy.
of that shit and you're like, I didn't catch that as a kid, dude. I didn't know people were into feet.
Exactly,
as a
and that's the
kid.
thing.
I also, when I was a kid, wasn't hyper aware of people being into children. Like,
Exactly. And maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's something we needed to have instilled in us.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have been looking for the messages, or maybe
Yeah. We got to scare our kids from now on.
that's
Be
what we're
like,
doing. Everyone's trying to
everyone's
fuck
trying
you.
to fuck you.
Exactly.
Every adult, I don't care who it is, they're trying to fuck you, dude.
if any adult person, not
Yeah.
male or female, any adult person approaches you, you tell me because they're trying to fuck you.
I'll report them to the authorities immediately.
You tell me and or the cops, but be wary. The cops may fuck
Yeah.
you.
But I did want to be fucking Drake Bell when I was a kid. I
Oh,
was
most
like,
definitely.
Oh man, this guy fucking rules. He's got sweet, swoopy ass hair.
Exactly. The hair was what I always see. And here's now I'm realizing it was a me issue.
Yeah,
I was always looking to identify myself in these scenes that I definitely could not, where my main setback was the hair. So I was in love with the emo scene, like
Yeah,
punk
dude,
scene,
I
but I could
kinda-
not participate. I loved headbanging. It
Hell
does
yeah, dude.
nothing, dude.
Well, like I'm sure you've come
Nothing.
across like black dudes back in the day when like the emo scene was really thriving and shit. Like that would
Straightening their hair, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I
That's the only
remember that
reason I
shit.
grew it out for so long, but I still
Hell
couldn't.
yeah,
It
dude.
was never long. It was never long enough to actually like
Yeah.
get in there.
Dude,
but-
I used to get accused of straightening my hair in high school, which my hair is just naturally like this. And I actually
Right.
kind of fucking hate it. I wish I had curly hair. It just seems cooler, but I think everybody sort of feels the opposite of what
Exactly.
they have. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like,
precisely.
yeah.
And then once there was a while, like my logo is of me with like longer hair on top, where I actually had like the ability to kind of like I probably could have straightened it.
Yeah.
It would have looked even more jacked up now, but I actually had some length to it. But now I'm thin. Shit's getting thin up there. But
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 28. I'm starting
28.
to lose my hair a little bit too. Like my hairline's receding a little bit, and you
See,
know,
I'd take that over just like getting a pat, like getting
like on
spotty.
the crown on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's coming though, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like-
But wouldn't that be cool with the long hair? You'd be like shoot, he was the mayor of Schitt's Creek. Did you watch Schitt's Creek?
The TV show?
Yeah.
I've never seen that show.
Scary Movie 3, or what about Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah.
Deborah's he's Robert's brother-in-law, redheaded. I think his name's Chris something. I can't think of it.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't remember. His name is Chris, but I don't. He has a daughter who's also an actress too.
Yes.
He's very famous, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, bald with.
You guys know him, but yeah,
Bald with long hair.
Chris Elliott.
Yeah, Chris
Yes.
Elliott rules.
and
Oh.
I think the look works for him. I think David Cross.
Dave Attell used to do a fucking bald with a ponytail thing
Nice.
for a while. He looked terrible, dude.
Well,
It's
yeah. What
pretty
was that? The
fucking
early
funny, though.
2000s, late
No,
90s.
it was probably like late 2000s, early 2010s.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Never mind. That's too.
No, it's sick, dude. He looked cool.
I couldn't. No,
No.
I can't agree.
Yeah. well,
Um,
you're over here telling me to get the same haircut. So.
No, I'm telling you to do the. Don't do a ponytail, although that would be pretty sick, actually. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah. Bald with the ponytail.
Bald with the
You
ponytail?
got all this around the sides, and you got the ponytail, but the whole crown and
The whole
front is
cr-
just fucking
Just
jacked, dude.
landing strip.
Just like
basically.
remember when LeBron's hair was falling out in the NBA playoffs?
You mean remember when LeBron still had hair
Yeah,
that was his?
yeah,
And yes,
yeah. I wish he would.
because
just
now
be
it's just
bald,
not
dude.
him.
I wish he would just. That's okay. If we're gonna debate who's the real goat.
Okay,
of
we want to go.
basketball,
Let's go by hair.
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying, like Michael Jordan is, because dude, you're gonna be soft about your hair, man.
Okay,
You're like Jordan used to have hair, and he lost his shit like early on into his NBA career. And was like, I'm just gonna be bald, and I'm just gonna go out there and fucking dominate. LeBron has been a little bitch about his hair his entire career, and people are like, he's the greatest player of all time. No, he's number 2, man.
He can't even get over his own head
He's too in his own head about what's
about
like
what's on his own
well,
head.
that game that his hair did started fucking fall. It affected him.
Yeah,
It like affected his performance. Like you think if Jordan's like
Jordan's playing mind games with people like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean,
Jordan's
just saying,
calling
like,
him bald
exactly
while they're playing.
I think the fact that Jordan could be comfortable with being a bald man is what
Mhm.
makes him the greatest NBA player of all time. And that's
Yeah,
that's a controversial to Kobe too.
exactly. I don't
Kobe,
know,
yeah.
and I'm
I
still
might
not
even
sure.
put Kobe above Jordan, honestly.
Oh, whoa.
Well, I might. I might.
Well, I might. Well,
It's debatable.
but Kobe has. Okay, no, I can't say that.
Kobe didn't have as much help, man.
No, I was
Didn't
just
have as much help.
I was I was trying to work around the case. Uh, I'd say Michael's better because he wasn't accused of rape. All right, maybe that's
Damn, dude.
maybe that's
you're
a
gonna bring
leftist.
that up?
Maybe
dude?
that's leftist.
She
of
wouldn't
me.
even testify, dog. What
Yo,
are you doing?
you're right. That's on me. That's
Oh,
on me.
it's-
Maybe I
it's
shouldn't have
fine.
brought it up.
No,
Don't
it's
speak
cool,
ill of the
dude.
dead,
It's not like
even
you
if they
fucking
might have.
pulled an Ari Shafir. And
Yes.
we're just so crass. the day
Kobe
he died.
Bryant.
Yeah, dude. I love Ari though.
Dude,
I never met him, but that dude rips. But-
Fucking hilarious. Yeah, All right, so that brings to a comedy conversation that I'm sure Q is gonna love.
Oh, you want to get to the drama?
No,
Oh,
we
okay.
can, but
No,
first I want to
yeah,
get
we'll go
your
to this first.
I want to get your favorites, who you've seen, your favorites that you've seen,
Okay.
like your inspirational, like what comics shaped you, or what was the first? All right,
Hmm.
I'm asking 14 questions. Who was the first comic you saw, or what was your intro to stand-up comedy?
I mean, the first like real special I ever watched when I was a kid, I was like 13, and I watched Delirious by Eddie Murphy. And I already knew who Eddie Murphy was because I'd seen a lot of his movies and
Right.
I loved Eddie Murphy, and I was like, I don't even really know what stand up is that much, so I'm gonna watch this. And I fucking died laughing at that
Oh, yeah.
special. Like that special was pretty like special to me
Right.
in a lot of ways.
Do you think it was because you'd already had an established Eddie relationship?
Well, maybe that, but I also just didn't know that you could just go out and say shit like that in the world. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I people a lot of times as a kid I would say some shit that people would be like, you can't say that. What's wrong with you? Like, don't talk like that.
Right.
It always really bothered me. So when I saw like Eddie Murphy just being super fucking crass on stage,
Yeah.
you know, I was just like, that's fucking sweet, dude. I don't know how if I could ever do that, but that's really awesome. And then I ended up getting him to stand up like a little bit later, probably when I was around like 16, 17. I started like watching like Louis C.K. and like some
Right.
other like big name comics at the time, like Patrice and like Greg Giraldo.
Mm-hmm.
And then after like I quit my band, that's when I like really got into comedy
Yeah.
and really wanted to like do it. And then
So
Yeah.
it was an East Coast feel for you?
oh yeah, I think I definitely relate a lot more to like East Coast comedians more than I do like not that there's
You
anything
dress
wrong
like
with
them.
like yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose, but I don't think there's anything wrong. I'm not trying to. I feel like I
Right.
dress like every comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I went to the showcase recently for that like roast battle
Ann
thing,
Arbor,
and me and Brett and Andrew Yang were all wearing this same fucking stupid jacket, and I was like, I riffed about it on stage because it was
Oh,
so
yeah.
absurd to me. I'm like, this is I hate that we're all dressing like this now.
I've loved. I used to not want to wear anything that didn't have a hood for a
Mm.
while. Like after the Aeropostale jacket phase, you remember
Mhm,
that in like
mhm.
middle school.
Yeah. Every jacket had like a big ass hood on it.
Yeah.
Like it would be uncomfortable when you even put it up because it's too large.
Exactly, and you're like, this looks like a Klan
yeah,
hood
a little
on my
Klan
head right
hood.
now. You
Yeah.
couldn't buy a white sweatshirt from
But,
Aeropostale.
I think the best comedian I've ever seen live. It's a toss up between Dave Attell, and I mean I did see Louis C.K. before he like got in trouble. So
Have you seen him since?
no, I
Still
have
great.
not.
Still
I'm
great.
sure. I mean, I've seen his specials. I've you know.
I'm just
I've-
saying
if he puts out a
the
special,
controversy didn't ruin the
no, I
showmanship.
know, I
Yeah.
know. If he puts out a special, I'm gonna like watch it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I have no shame in saying that. He's still very funny.
Mhm.
I don't love what he did.
I don't.
I'm not like his comedy's all right, but I'm a big fan of his other
I'm a bigger
work.
fan. Yeah.
Big fan of his other work.
Being able to separate the art from the artist, and
yeah.
then just loving.
No, he's just still a
loving
great
the artist
comic,
even
and I
more.
always
Yeah.
feel like I can learn a lot still from just watching his comedy. You know what I mean? But
Even just watching him again, we were talking about Matt and Shane's secret podcast. Watching him on that again, just like or listening. I don't know how you took it in.
Yeah, I listened to it.
But just watching how his brain works, or hearing how his brain works, even in just like funny banter and just like back and forth, it's the same as on stage, which is what we're all as comedians we're trying to do, because we're funnier in this
plus
friendly
it's just like,
element, you know.
It's just like, how could you not be curious about what he's got to say?
Exactly. Precisely.
After something so crazy like that, it's like, how could you not at least like want to hear what he has to say?
It was the same draw that Aziz had too.
Yeah. I love that his apology special. He's wearing a Metallica "Ride the Lightning" shirt. It's like, dude.
He goes, "This is how much respect I'm giving this." as well. You've seen his wardrobe in all of his other specials.
Yeah, he always wears like a suit. He's
yeah,
like,
and then when he's actually
I messed up, so now I'm a slob.
Yeah,
like
well,
okay,
can you still not have the same decorum?
Yeah, a Ride the Lightning shirt. What are you about to go work out at the gym, dude? You going to Planet Fitness right now?
He
bro?
goes, "I'm fixing my life. I'm turning it around.
Yeah,
I'm on a comeback tour."
Ride the Lightning shirt. He's like, I'm about to work on this transmission, dude. Anytime I see somebody in a Metallica Ride the Lightning shirt, I just assume they're up to some like real man shit.
Yeah, no, they're fixing a carburetor or
building something with their hands.
Yeah, replacing your shower.
Yeah.
Plumber type
polluting
shit.
a lake.
Colin Quinn should be wearing polluting a lake.
Real man shit, dude.
Yeah, real man shit. I think of Colin Quinn in Grown Ups wearing a Metallica shirt. You know, when they're in the kitchen.
I haven't seen Grown Ups in like a long time.
Me neither.
Yeah.
There was one shit. Oh, Louis C.K. I saw Dave Attell in person. I didn't see him
I've seen
perform.
him live twice.
I just passed him on the street in New York.
Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, he's fucking incredible to see live.
Damn.
Like, you watch him live and you're like, how are you that good?
There's
like,
a reason he's a legend, definitely.
It's just like, I mean, you know about like the metrics of like laughs per minute and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like people really care about that. I care about that a lot. And
likewise, that's why Daniel Simonson
beast.
Again,
absolute beast.
2 words.
Like crushing.
Yes.
Crushing crowds. Like,
and I don't
just
care.
Tearing the roof down.
If you want to call the accent,
it helps.
Oh, definitely.
It's
I
not.
don't think it's a
not what
crutch.
makes him funny though.
Right.
I mean, he's funny on his own, but the accent makes it. It really tips it over the top.
Exactly.
Yeah. Him going, "Hey guys, are you suicidal?" Like, it's just fucking funny, dude. Some comics have that
because
advantage.
It's the tone too.
Yeah.
Because it's
well,
a
it's
happier tone.
Some comics just have an advantage. Like, I mean, anything's funny, but it really just depends on who's saying it. I guess. You know.
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, you got to think of Michelle Williams.
Michelle Wolf. Yeah.
But also Michelle Williams has a great voice, beautiful voice. I think we all know that. Michelle Wolf.
Yeah. Great comic.
Great comic, hilarious, great writer.
Yeah.
But you have to think her voice also does lend itself a little bit to
it's
a comedic element.
And it fits her material because it's kind of like, shrill and like she even admits that her voice is shrill. Like, she knows that.
Exactly. It's not a dig at her to say that her voice is shrill.
Yeah,
because it's an objective observation.
I had somebody tell me they can't listen to Bill Burr one time because they don't like the sound of his voice, and I'm like, no, his voice is what makes him hilarious.
Exactly.
I mean, everything else is obvious. Like, he's a great writer and just brilliant person.
Exactly,
but, like,
and just personality.
His voice throws it all over the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It can definitely, it affects it.
Same with Aziz again. Like, Aziz had another voice that just lent itself to comedy.
Dude, I used to watch Def Jam all the time. You don't think I could wish I could just throw on a sweet-ass black dude voice and just crush with that? Like, it crushes,
It'd be
man.
so amazing.
It'd be fucking tight, dude. Like, if I could go on stage and do a Bernie Mac shit and be like, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers, like, and it's just murdering, like, that's fucking awesome, dude. But,
That's why black comedy is best.
Dude, I would actually agree with that. I think black comics are usually the best comics, dude.
Well, it has a lot to do with the rooms too.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done a lot?
I've done black rooms before. Yeah.
Have you done well?
Yeah. I've also eaten shit in a black room before too.
Multiple times. Have you done Ambrosia?
No, I haven't. I was trying to get on it. I think now that I'm gonna be here a little bit, like I'm gonna be in Lansing a little bit longer.
Right.
Till the end of July, I might try and get on it. But yeah.
Were you planning on leaving?
Yeah, I'm gonna be moving to New York, hopefully, man.
Oh, fuck
I'm
yeah.
trying to move to New York with trying to move in with Osa.
Osa?
Right
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out Osa.
Shout out Osama Basal.
Osa's comedy cave.
Very funny comedian.
Yes.
Friend of the pod.
Very hilarious.
Can I say that even though
no,
this is in my pod?
No, he's a friend of the pod because he's a friend of me. And I tried to get him on the pod too.
Oh, okay.
When him and Justin were doing their podcast, I tried to get both of them.
Justin Chubb.
Chubb, yeah.
I didn't know they did a podcast together.
Then the world doesn't know.
Oh,
They did
okay.
it very shortly. They did it like
Gotcha.
maybe an episode or
I'm
two.
gonna have to get on him because I'm planning on starting a podcast with him.
There you
so
go.
Like we got to do it every week.
The New York podcast scene is thriving right now too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I would like that seems to be a great way to like gain a following is going
Mhm.
on other people's podcasts.
Exactly.
And then, you get to promote your podcast. You get to promote all your socials. Like,
And your dates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you got any dates coming up? I know you and Ella are doing the Can You Work
yeah.
Clean?
ooh.
Or
I'm
is that
trying
what
to
it's
think
called?
Of, yeah. Can you work clean tour? Yeah. I'll throw this out there since I know it's coming up soon. Let's see. Oh, when is this gonna be out? That's what I'm trying to think
It'll
of.
be
Like-
out. Today's Tuesday. It'll be out by Thursday.
Okay, yeah, May 21st. Ella and I are going to be in Traverse City at
Oh.
Studio Anatomy.
Nice.
We're gonna be co-headlining there. Probably bring a couple comics with us. Have a good time up in Traverse City.
Hell yeah.
And then June 12th, we are going to Lincoln, Nebraska. I
Oh,
forgot the name of it. Zoolarius. at
Zoolarius?
Lincoln, Nebraska. They bring on some fucking good comics, dude.
hell yeah. How'd you get in contact out there?
Ella knows somebody from a festival that she did, so she booked that
Nice.
show. Yeah.
Nice move. Why was Nebraska the move,
Just,
or was
anywhere
it
we
just
could
because
go.
of the clubs? Yeah.
Anywhere we can go that was like gonna pay us well or like just be fun. Like we went to Cincinnati recently and like
Mhm.
we ended up getting a Kentucky date out of that. It's just like 20 minutes outside of Cincy anyway.
Fuck
so
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I'll come back here and do that.
Exactly.
So we're opening for like a really popular Cincinnati comic in June. I can't remember the date.
You remember the name?
Yeah, Gabe Key.
Oh, okay.
I've never met him before, but I think he just auditioned for like Just for Laughs. So
Oh hell yeah.
I've heard he's a very funny guy. I'm excited to work with him, man.
Hell yeah.
And then I'll do one more date plug. July 7th. This is a very important show. Ella and I are co-headlining the Independent Comedy Club in Hamtramck.
Hell yes.
It's on a Thursday. It's a small room, and it's probably going to be like the last like long set I do in Michigan before I leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to sell that room out
Fuck yeah.
because it's just one show and it's one night. So
July 7.
yeah. We'll have an Eventbrite ticket page up for that soon. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. And also, you're staying till. It sounded like I was just about to
End
plug
of
something
July.
else. End of July.
Yeah.
Because were you planning on leaving when the lease was?
Yeah, well,
uh,
I had planned on crashing on another Lansing Comics couch.
Mm.
And then, like, 2 weeks before we're supposed to be out of our house in April, they told us, like, oh, the owners aren't selling anymore. You guys can stay another year if you want. So we just agreed to, like, finish out the original lease. Because they were,
Right.
like, when they were, like, told us we had to leave in April, they were kicking us out 3 months early.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And so you had already resigned to just like, all right, I guess we were
I have,
walking
like,
away from the house. Definitely.
I have a lot of my shit packed up already.
Yeah.
'Cause I was getting ready to move.
I've been packed.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I had most of my shit. I don't have a ton of shit anyways, but I was like, I should just get it packed up.
The shit I do have, I better
yeah,
be ready.
get it ready, because
Right.
like moving is just a bitch.
Right. Which was the end of an era too.
Yeah. We just did the last house show, man.
Dude, and yeah, we promoted it on here. I know Elena
Oh,
and I
thanks,
talked
dude.
about it. Of course. It was a great time.
Yeah,
Hell of a
fucking
turnout.
packed to the gills in the house, dude.
Could not. If you
I
were,
love when people show like that, but it's also like it's a double-edged sword of like, hey, get the fuck out of my way.
hey, can I move throughout
yeah,
my
I
own
pay
home?
rent here. Can I go to my room, please?
But you can't say that all night because your
No,
voice
no.
gets raspy and you
Yeah,
start to feel like a
it
dick.
was packed, and
Yeah.
it was a great time, man. I had a
Oh,
lot of fun.
hell of a time.
Everybody crushed.
Yeah,
Good
I,
sets.
such a great lineup too.
Yeah, we
Fucking-
really had a fucking killer lineup on that one.
I don't think there was anything that could have made like much better. It was just a hell of a great show. Great way to.
We were trying to get Sam Talent again.
Okay, well, yeah,
that would
would've
have
been-
made it a lot better.
That would have been cool.
Sam kind of rips, but yeah.
or
you
if
know.
Was Jeff Dye on the possibilities too, or no?
He was. I think he got a little too drunk at the Tigers game that day.
You know what? That tracks. If I know
Yeah.
Jeff, like I know I do.
Yeah, he got to. I guess he got to go see fucking. What's his name? The guy who just got his 3,000th hit. I know his name.
Oh,
I'm
Miggy.
blanking.
Yeah, he was there.
Miguel Cabrera.
He was there on the 3. I mean, he's been at almost every fucking Tigers game since
Oh yeah.
he's working.
He's working on a movie in
Yeah.
town, right? Yeah, that's what Amber Maida was telling me.
Yeah. He fucking hilarious. But I was hyped for him when he because I saw him. I was like, "How long are you in Detroit for?" And he goes, "I'm gonna be here for like I don't remember how many weeks he had said or months. Fucking A. Clearly a memorable conversation.
Yeah.
But I was like, just excited because I was like, fuck yeah, well, I'm going to be out there in May 17 and 18, I believe. I'll be at the Independent Comedy Club featuring for Nate Armbruster.
Oh, nice. I just met Nate at Nick Ladorf's album recording the other
How
night.
was it? Okay, how was
Nick
Nate?
crushed.
And yes, okay.
Nick crushed his album recording.
From all accounts, that's what I've been hearing.
Yes,
and it looked
he
dope.
did great.
Hell yeah.
He fucking murdered. And yeah, Nate's a super cool guy. I'd never met him before. I know he's a very funny comic, and I've seen clips of him. He's
Same.
super funny, dude. Very nice guy. Yeah, he was
Hell
super
yeah.
nice to me.
I can't
I like
wait.
that dude.
So 2 weeks, I'll be with Nate hanging at the Independent. Also, love the Independent.
Yeah, it's such a fun room, especially when it's like packed to the gills, dude.
Yeah.
It's nice.
When
I
it-
like a small room when it's packed.
Exactly.
That
the
like intimate space,
but
yeah.
also it's a ton of people gathered in an
Yeah,
intimate space.
and it's small, and the rooms like the ceiling's not too high, so like the laughs bounce off the walls.
Exactly, and the laughs fill the room more than the people do,
Exactly.
which is fucking
Exactly, dude.
fuck. You want to talk about what I got here on the paper? What time is it?
It's 8:47. We got a little bit of time.
Got a little bit.
I'm
of
not
time
in
here.
like a huge rush out of here.
Always.
I mean, like I said, I'm going to blast at Tip Top, so it's not a big deal if I show up a little late.
I do have to
Do
go
you,
to
do you
want to
get to the fucking?
Oh yes,
petty
no,
drama?
the beef. The
Yeah.
beef.
I wouldn't even call it
I
beef.
wouldn't call it beef either. It's just how it's been
I'm
described.
a 28-year-old man. I don't have beef with anybody, but like, dude,
Some
what a
people fucking
what a
suck.
fucking ridiculous situation, man. Like, because I don't feel like it was too harsh of a critique to be like, hey, man, can you stop being so condescending about it? Like, you're not doing anything that anybody else isn't doing.
And that was the whole argument. So if you got a little clue, maybe
Yeah, a little context.
a little context. There's a content creator who used to be a stand-up. I don't know. There's
Well,
this comedian guy.
He's doing virtual comedy in his basement. So
Exactly.
He says he still does stand-up. I personally, call me a comedy purist. I don't think that counts. If you're not performing in front of live crowds, I just
Right.
don't think you're a real comedian.
Live stand-up
Sorry.
is stand-up.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then his condescending quote basically was saying to all the comedians who are now putting out clips and stuff, and
Well, it was like those,
now,
like it was like
who are
those
now
up down.
doing it.
It was like the lowercase capital, like condescending, like I don't want to create content. And
Yeah.
it was like that was the quote, and then it was like comedians who are now posting TikTok reels or whatever. And
Right.
it's like, okay, like none of us want to create content though. Like we want to be comics. Like,
exactly. But in order to be a
I
comic,
also acknowledge it's important though.
Yeah.
Like you have to play the social media game in order to gain some level of following.
and
Like,
who
you have
was
to.
and who was going who was yelling at him when he was doing content creation, who was yelling at him being like, that's not, I don't want to do what you're doing, like no
Yeah.
no
Nobody was like, and everybody acknowledged it. Like that. We're like, yo, dude,
we
it
all
is-
do this.
we all do this, and it is important. But like, shut up,
You're-
because you're not out. Like, it's really easy to say like, oh, you should be streaming on Twitch too. If you're only posting stand-up clips, you're lazy, and it's like, dude, I have 3 fucking jobs, man.
Right, and also, what am I
I'm
streaming
saving
on
money
Twitch?
to move out of the state
I'm
to
not-
like go do stand-up every night.
Exactly. I'm not doing anything on Twitch because what people don't want to see me just doing my job on Twitch.
Yeah.
Or they don't want to see me like driving.
They don't want to see me play Grand Theft Auto. That's what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna get a Twitch
Exactly.
account. It's like I'm just gonna get mad that I can't beat this mission. You know?
And then I'm gonna lose followers if I get if I
Exactly,
start
dude.
streaming myself getting
Yeah.
upset.
yeah,
But it's basically trying to reinvent or not even reinventing. Joe Elder said it best. That's the wise friend.
well,
I
he
had
was
said.
he was acting like he was reinventing the wheel, and I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
people make content all day. Like
Exactly, and you
there's
want to
there's
be
a
the
s-
source of like you want to. Are you trying to take all the credit for telling all comics that they should do that?
Everybody's been aware of this for
Because
years now,
and we've been doing it for at least months.
yeah. I mean,
Like it, and no one was like in their head, man. Bob Fredericks was right.
I mean,
Oh,
Salsa Parlor. We were doing podcasts every Saturday,
Mhm.
live streaming them.
which I loved.
Thank you,
And
by the
I've
way.
also talked about on this podcast.
Thank you. And we were also doing sketches. I mean, some were better than others, I would say, but like we were still trying,
And it was content.
and it was content, and it's just like, dude, now that the pandemic is like kind of over though, and everybody's out back in the real world, like my focus and what I want to grind at is stand up.
Which
like,
is always I've always been a stand up.
Yeah.
So why?
Here's the thing, dude. Like, uh, I feel like if you're gonna put out clips for the world to see that could potentially go viral, like, don't you want to be really good?
Right? Don't you
Like,
want to make them good?
That's always been my number one concern about doing stand up is like I just want to be really good.
I want to be good at it. So if
Yeah.
anyone does take a video of me, even without my knowledge,
Yeah.
the shit
Well,
was
like,
funny.
dude, you know, you can only you want to be prepared for when you actually get good opportunities. You don't want to be underprepared. Like
Mhm.
there's plenty of those content creators that like have like millions of subscribers on YouTube or whatever that are not like now doing stand up.
Right.
Dude, I could rip a better 25-minute feature set. And that's what they're doing. They're like doing these like headlining shows, but they can't even do 25 minutes of comedy.
So it's a weird multimedia type show now.
Exactly.
A lot of people are
because
just
they're
bringing
really
in-
not a comedian. It's like they're not out working the craft every night, and they're not like, writing, editing, tweaking their joke, and like all this shit that go like, dude, doing stand up alone is so much fucking work. That it's like, how could you ever call anybody who does stand up lazy? Yeah, there are lazy comedians who are just bad writers and they just kind of stink. But like, anybody who's at least trying
lazy is
every
not
night.
working on the craft of stand up.
Yeah, exactly.
Lazy isn't not putting out clips. When that could also be a product of laziness, and I'll admit some of my laziness does translate to
Sure,
like,
but there's only so many hours in a day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You have other life obligations.
And I'm on my way to a show right now when I'm thinking about clipping this video.
Well, like
and
I'm about
I can't
to
do all this on the drive.
I don't even have time to edit clips anymore, so I'm like, I'm just about to start paying Louis.
Exactly. I'm almost to that point. I just don't have any money to pay to Louis.
That's why I work 3 jobs, man.
Right.
Like I'm like, dude, I'm fucking exhausted.
I
like,
pay all this money for
to
editing.
insinuate that I'm fucking lazy, dude, when like literally you refuse to leave your house to do a set is just I don't understand the cognitive dissonance there.
And
it's
if say
fucking
like
crazy.
You can come over to my house to do a set.
I don't need to, and I don't want to.
And
like,
I don't want to do it for your Twitch
you think
audience.
I want to come into your basement? Your smelly, musty basement.
Hey,
that you
come
fucking,
over in my basement and I'll record you. That's fucked up,
your
man.
smelly, musty basement that you're jacking off in when you're not live streaming. Like, I don't want to sit on your fucking sticky couch, dude.
And also, of course, it's in the basement.
Of
Where
course.
else can I ignore my whole family?
I like how you
they
said
live
that
a
while
life?
we're recording a podcast in a basement.
Yeah, I know.
In an
But I have no
unfinished
choice.
basement too.
I rent.
That's fine, dude. Like, there's
He's
nothing.
an adult.
But at least you're aware of that.
You're
like,
right.
you're like, I'm doing this out of my fucking basement, man.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I put stuff up. I make it look
Yeah,
nice.
it
It's
looks
not a
good.
green screen.
I think it looks good, man.
I said I put stuff up. Preston did this.
I think it's a good set, dude.
Thank you. Shout
But,
out Presto.
Yeah, so, dude, he just kind of. I feel bad a little bit. Do you?
Okay, so this
I
is
feel
where
bad
we
because
were
he
at.
had like. I feel like we triggered a mental breakdown in this
And
man.
That's what everyone is saying, and it's starting to make me feel bad.
I feel guilty because I'm
because I
like, oh,
didn't
dude, I
feel
think he
bad
might be
before.
like the way he started talking, and like, okay, he
Oh.
couldn't accept like the reality of what I was saying, so I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I think you're manic, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is how I was when I was fucking manic, and I found out I was bipolar. I
See,
think you might be bipolar, dude.
Hey, man, I'm no doctor, but
Yeah, you're acting like I was.
and you know it's funny. You're the second person with bipolar who has brought that up.
Yeah.
Like, it's seeming a lot like bipolar.
That's really what it feels like, dude.
And I say, hey,
The
if it walks like a
delusions,
duck,
the
and two ducks
delusions
are
of
calling it a
grandeur
duck.
too is what terrifies me. Because that's what happened to me when I had
Yeah.
a manic break when I was 18. I thought I was gonna go be like a fucking huge rock star, and I had convinced myself in my mind I was like gonna win a Grammy. You know, just
Mhm.
completely delusional
Right.
and out of my mind.
And if you're not on my side, get the fuck out of my way.
Exactly.
That type. Yeah.
That is like, yeah, just so like indignant of anybody telling me that I'm like even slightly wrong.
Right. That seems
Yeah,
a
so
lot
I
of
feel
what
a
that
little
was. Yeah.
guilty about that, but I'm also like, dude, I love comedy, and I've like chosen to like give my life over to this shit, whether
Right.
it works out or not,
Mm.
which is a fucking scary thought,
No,
by the
believe
way.
me.
But
We
yeah,
know.
so I just love this shit so much that I'm like, when I see other comedians like working hard, and like somebody just disrespects that,
Exactly.
I have a really hard time biting my tongue, dude.
Especially
Like,
someone in the scene.
yeah, and I don't get into like a lot of Facebook scraps with anybody.
Mhm.
Like, I really try not to, because it's like it's kind of fucking embarrassing,
Yeah.
dude. I'm like almost a 30-year-old man.
I'm a little trigger happy. I'll be honest, but I'm
I
younger,
dude,
so
I
I'll
feel
take it.
trigger happy a lot of the time. I scroll past a lot of posts where I'm like, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're dumb for
So-
thinking that, and I want to tell you, but it's gonna cause a lot of problems for me, so I better shut up.
I did all that with my family in the big, like all
Family,
of my big,
especially. I'm
all
not
of my
even talking
big
about
beefs.
comics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All of my big beefs were with
Yeah.
family stuff and
Family, old people I know from the music scene. I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, you guys shut up.
old church people for me.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, dude. So like to sit around and like disrespect what comics in the local scene are doing when you're legitimately not doing comedy.
Exactly.
Just
I've seen
I'm-
him
yeah.
one time since the pandemic. But I did
Yeah.
not see a set. I left.
Well, dude, he kept saying shit like, I have better things to do than go perform in front of 5 people, and I'm like, dude, if you would have been around, you would know that that's not the case at like 90% of shows.
Exactly.
Most shows around like Michigan right now are fucking popping and are great.
And every time I bring them up to like people, especially from the East Coast, but people from out of state, when I'm like, yeah, you come. I mean, especially in Grand Rapids,
Mhm.
we have an open mic every night of the week.
Yeah.
And except for Saturdays, but we have an open mic almost every night of the week, and every open mic, for the most part, has a crowd there too.
Yeah.
Like that's not just comics. And when I say that, they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Literally, Eric. I was saying that to Eric Newman outside Park Theater, and he goes, "Yo, Frankie, they said they got an open mic with people at it, not just
Yeah, dude.
comics."
Bro,
Like,
it's crazy because like
it was like I had just told him
going
something
out to New
completely
York,
ridiculous.
I already know I'm headed for just a fucking like a probably 2-year long beatdown.
Yeah.
You know, just doing, because I've been to New York. I did a week out there before, and I know what the mics are like.
Did you find any club spots or?
Yeah, but there was no people there, so it didn't fucking matter,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was a club spot, but like nobody showed up. So I was
Where
like,
were you, where or when did you go out?
back in like October of like 2018. So this is like a while
Okay,
ago.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
also
yeah.
like a much better comic now. Like,
Right.
so I feel like I'd probably have a little bit of an easier time out there. But like, I mean, I did a few spots out there where there were like, surprisingly, there were some people that weren't comedians there.
Yeah.
And those were great. Like, I had good sets there. But like, dude, the deafening silence of performing in front of like a bunch of jaded New York City open micers.
Yeah.
Then, like,
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I was nothing special when I went
It
out
was
there.
a
but, like,
broy thing that was the main
Yeah.
issue down in Austin.
I can see that.
Yeah,
sure,
and
I
it was
mean-
obviously because of the flux of.
I mean,
people
every
who went there.
every comedy scene is kind of like that, though. Not that every comic scene is like broy, but it's definitely clicky at the very least.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and this wasn't even clicky because no one knew each other. So it was a bunch of broy dudes who had just all listened to Rogan and
Oh, yeah.
moved down to Austin, and now they're doing comedy. And
oh,
then you're
damn.
like, I have to wade through. Like, if you're a booker of any sorts, you're like, I have to wade through a sea of shit now to find any good comedian
Yeah,
because it just got flooded with.
I feel like
bullshit.
Austin will be fine though. I mean, they didn't
I'm
have a
sure.
lack of good comedians there before. Like,
Right,
they
but
have
that's what I'm
plenty of
saying.
Good comics.
Like, they have good comics, but now those good comics have to. I mean, I'm sure
Well,
there's
dude-
some that are established, but others have to just raise their hand
Yeah.
above a sea of shit to be like, hey, I'm still here.
Well, okay. Do you feel like there's too many people starting comedy now? I see so many people on names on flyers, and I'm like, they're like clearly brand new. I'm like, dude, I really want everybody to just stop following their dreams, dude.
It's tough. It is
The
tough.
pandemic really made everybody want to follow their dream, and God, dude, there's just an influx of new comedians.
We're
now, and I'm
saying
like,
this on a
fuck.
podcast with under 100 episodes.
Yeah.
So this is also one of those things too.
I
That
mean,
I'm
I
like,
don't have anything against any new people, but it's like there's like it comes
yeah,
down to like there's only so much work.
exactly, and that's
Yeah.
where I'm like,
Well,
well,
nothing's yeah.
that's where you just have to be undeniable.
Well,
Again,
exactly. Yeah, you just got to be good, but like either way, man, it's just like I know a lot of these people aren't going to last either. I can just tell with certain
yeah,
people what if they
easily.
love it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, you're just wasting like not only your time but like other
Right.
people's time. I
They-
can just tell when
You're
like
taking spots from.
I can
other
tell when
people.
somebody's not going to like give their like life to it or like give their all to it. Like they don't really want to do it for a
Yeah.
living, and it's just like it's a hobby to them.
And you hate to see the hobby building up for them
Yeah.
because like some people you can see the passion dying out.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Maybe it's just
Well,
bad set.
that's a hard thing to maintain as a comedian.
Ooh,
I
definitely.
almost quit during the pandemic. I thought about it heavily and then
Mhm.
I couldn't I just couldn't stop.
I've never yet had a time where I was like, maybe I don't want to do.
I was just mad depressed
Oh,
during
yeah,
like
no.
not being able to do it and then like the music
Exactly.
stuff I was like crushing it at making music and I was like I think this is like a sign that I need to focus on but like no.
No.
No,
Yeah,
I'm a fucking
I ain't got that.
I'm a comic, dude.
Mm.
Like I can play music and make music as much as I want. I'm a comic. And I
Yeah.
also kind of realized like cuz I was like in a band like 6 months ago that I ended up leaving pretty quickly. I like
Yeah.
got out of it pretty quick. Nothing against them. They're great dudes. Sick music, but like I kind of realized that I was like, "Oh, if I like do this music shit and it like picks up, I can't do comedy at
Right.
all." Whereas like if I do comedy and it like ends up being a career for me, I can still make music on the road. I can just
Exactly.
bring my laptop and just like
Right.
not go out to a bar after my set.
Maybe
Just
I'll
go
be
to
a
my
healthier
hotel room.
comedian.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it'd probably be good to like have another creative outlet on the road to like burn a little time with.
Yeah. Kid
Yeah.
Kane, poet laureate of Grand Rapids, she was on the podcast a while ago. But she brought up just the importance of having those different avenues of creativity and expression
Mhm.
just in general because
Yeah.
you if you give so much to one, like
You can
just
start
say
to resent it, especially
exactly.
if you start to feel like you're not getting what you deserve and you feel
Mhm.
like overlooked. It starts to become pretty easy to
Because
resent it.
then you're kind of doing the getting what you want and feeling overlooked. Um, that outweighs the true point of the passion, like
Yeah,
which it
is to
shouldn't.
just make people laugh.
Exactly.
Like that's I mean, as much as I want this to be a career and make good money at it
Mhm.
and everything,
And I
like
want
that's
people to
really
appreciate me for what I do,
yeah, yeah. I
or
mean,
just
really, the whole reason
appreciate,
I do this is
recognize.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, just make people laugh, dude.
Mhm.
Always have like,
Exactly.
whether it be in class, anytime you get like a big laugh as a kid, it's fucking such a satisfying feeling.
So
dude.
satisfying that I look for it now in other like I love to look for it in other parts of my life off stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I mean, yeah, I love killing in just like normal conversation,
talking with family. Like if you
riffing
can
jokes. Yeah,
kill with family, you're like,
yeah, dude.
fucking
I
A,
made
I got
I
this.
was fucking around with my mom like 6 months ago because she called like what is it like the low fat ranch? She called it diet ranch, and I was like fucking with her and riffing.
Right.
I was like riffing for like 2 minutes, and like she ended up falling out of her chair because she was laughing so
Oh
hard.
yeah. And you're
And
like,
I was
oh, I
like,
do this for
I
a
was
living.
like, I feel kind of bad because you have a bad hip, but it's also really funny that you fell out of your chair. Like, that was a really good feeling to make you laugh that hard. So.
Hell yeah. Were you close with your parents growing up, or
I mean, we've had our problems. My dad and mom both abuse drugs kind of a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, redundant with
right?
that.
You abuse
Um,
drugs kind of
yeah,
a lot.
they
That's-
abuse drugs a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty close with my mom now. My dad is kind of like off and on. I don't really know what he's up to at the moment. Like, he got in contact with me recently and was
Nice.
like, seemed like he was doing good, and then now I haven't heard from him. So I'm like, that's not a great sign.
Well, maybe he's not so
Maybe
good anymore.
maybe he's really focused on picking himself back up though. Maybe it's that. Maybe
Maybe
I'm
that-
being too negative.
Exactly.
Maybe he's not out smoking rocks right now.
Maybe he's got his
not.
known to the grindstone
Yeah,
instead of the
exactly.
crackstone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
I
can't
hope that's the
snort
case. I
crackstone.
hope that's the case. We'll see.
uh, um. So, is that common for your dad to lose contact with him? For a while?
He was like, he did drugs a lot when I was like a kid, and then like around the time I got to be like 15, 16, he got sober for like a really like long extended period of time. And then
like 3 weeks, right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
3 whole days actually. It was pretty sweet. Spent a lot of good quality time with him. But
It
no,
was a
so
weekend. It was
yeah, he
cool.
got sober for like a good period of time, and then like right before I moved to Lansing, he just like started smoking rocks again, and I was like, why?
Why?
Yeah, well, I'll
You're-
tell you
you're
this.
so
I'll tell you
old
this funny
now.
story real quick, and I think we could probably wrap on this.
Hell yeah.
Um, so this is kind of like how I figured out he was like smoking crack again, because I was living with him at the time. Like,
Right. How
yeah.
old? So you're like a
I was like
senior in
no,
high school?
no, I'm still like 24, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
never
yeah. I'm
mind.
just
Yeah,
chill-
when you
I'm
moved
chilling
out
at
to
my
Lansing.
dad's. Yeah.
Where were you from originally? My bad.
Bay City.
Oh,
Bay City,
okay,
Michigan. Yeah.
okay.
So I'm still living with my dad. I'm just
Gotcha.
like working a full-time job and doing comedy. I was saving money to move to New York at the time. Like that was my goal.
Right. So this is
And he kind
like
of
4
fucked
years
that
ago.
up for me. Yeah, yeah. So this is how I figured out he started smoking crack again. It's like I'm watching TV in our living room at like, like 1 in the morning, and this is in
Mhm.
the middle of winter, and he like comes out and he's like, Jake, I think there's somebody walking around in a yard. I keep thinking that I hear, footsteps in the snow. Like I keep hearing the snow crunch, and I'm like, oh, what? And then he's like, yeah, I think there's somebody outside.
Oh.
And then like he kind of like went outside and like looked around for a little bit, and then he went back to bed for a while. And then like he got up again around like 4, and I'm an insomniac, so I was awake
Yeah.
still. And he got up at like 4, and then he came upstairs and got me and was like, Jake, I think there's somebody in my car. I think somebody is like hiding in my car right now. You need to go look out and see if somebody's in my car.
Was he
Here's
smoking
my
crack
keys.
in his car? Or
No.
Okay.
He was like trying to fall asleep in his house
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know.
I don't know why. Just
He was probably having a real hard time falling asleep because of the crack.
yeah. That's
And-
usually a deterrent to sleep.
Yeah, so he's like, you need to go check out and see if somebody's in my car. And I was like, why the fuck do I got to go look, dude? I'm like, you're way bigger than me. And like also the way you're acting like so shady right now, I feel like if there is somebody in your car, it's not going to be a good situation for me.
Exactly. It seems like
Yeah.
you're setting me up.
And he was like, I'll give you $20. And I was like, all right, I'll go look in your car.
You're
So-
24.
Yeah, I'm 24, dude. I was like, I'll go look in your car for $20. You're either having a mental breakdown or you're smoking crack. So I'm gonna have to move out. I'll probably need that money.
Exactly. I'll take the $20 to get it away from you.
So I go look in his car, and of course there's nobody there. So I'm like, yeah, nobody's in your car. Like, I don't know what's going on with you, but like you're fucking being real weird and paranoid right now, dude. It's like, why don't you like
Dad's
chill
going
out, dude?
crazy.
Go, yeah. I think my dad's going crazy. So I'm like, yeah, go to bed, man. Like, go chill out.
Mhm.
Fucking 30 minutes later, I hear him stomping up to our front door. He opens up the front door and like yells. He's like, I don't know if that's what you're trying to do, motherfucker, but you need to get the fuck out of here. You need to leave my yard. And then he fires a gun into the air. Like 3 times. He fires like 3 warning shots, and I'm like, oh, dude. He's definitely not sober.
Dad, you can't do this.
Yeah. And we're not in like the boonies.
Yeah.
We have neighbors. So like
Yeah.
they just heard him scream into the air and fire gunshots, and I'm like,
Cops are
well,
gonna be
I
here
think I'm
soon.
gonna call no, the cops never came. Which is
Damn.
kind of crazy. I was fully expecting cops to show up and be like, "Hey, what's going
Yeah,
on?"
in Bay City. I would
Yeah, dude.
respect so too. What the
I'm
hell?
wondering if it was it's Bay City, and it was also like 4:30 in the morning, so I'm assuming that everybody was already passed out from their heroin binge
Yeah.
hard enough that they could not hear the gun going off.
Right.
So yeah, I was like, I think I gotta call my mom, dude.
Those opiate naps sure do knock you out.
Yeah, you don't nod off. You just completely you go into space, dude.
Imagine a
You
nod off.
you go into the sunken
Now this
place,
is a
dude.
nosedive.
Yeah.
So where was your mom?
Clio.
Okay.
Yeah. She lived in a like 2-bedroom apartment, and I was like, I got to come stay with you for a bit and figure some shit out, dude.
Hey mom, is this cool?
Well, dude, you know what's the funniest part? I told my mom that story, and she was fucking dying laughing, dude. Like she thought it was the funniest shit ever.
Because-
Because she used to smoke crack too. So
Exactly.
she knows like what the paranoia is like. So she's like
That's
dying
what I was
of
thinking
laughter.
too. When you had said the snow crunching, I'm just like, oh god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just hearing shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
I had to watch a crack house for a matter of hours, and it was a nerve-wracking
I
experience.
bet it was, my dude. That sounds fucking horrific, man.
Oh, shit. All right, we'll get you out of here. You got a show
Yeah,
to do.
yeah. Thanks for having me again, man. It was fucking
Of
awesome,
course,
dude.
my pleasure. I've been Hunter Miles. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @the_Hunter Miles. You can follow the pod on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod and on Twitter at Where Is This Go. Both send us an email, whereisthisgoingpod@gmail.com. Come out to the shows this week. We got Helen Hung on Wednesday. I don't think this will be out by tomorrow. Well, maybe. We'll see. We got Helen Hung Wednesday at the Listening Room, Thursday in Rockford, and of course, Parrots every Thursday night. Main Street Pub in Kalamazoo this Friday,
Hell
8
yeah.
p.m.
Be careful, I wrote my plugs one
Please
more time.
do.
Ella Horwedel and I will be at Studio Anatomy in Traverse City May 21st, Zoolarius in Lincoln, Nebraska on June 12th, and July 7th at the Independent Comedy Club. So buy tickets for all those shows, and follow me on Instagram at Comic Jake Ford, and follow me on Twitter at JakeFord6669.
And also subscribe to the YouTube, Jake Ford
Oh
Comedy.
yeah, Jake Ford Comedy YouTube. I got some shorts going on there. Yeah, follow me
Hell
on
yeah.
TikTok too. Just
Follow
I'm
the
on
TikTok.
all I'm on all social media. So
Do you have a Facebook page like for your comedy?
no,
I've
I'm gonna
heard
start
Facebook
making
Reels
one.
is a thing to
They're
get
they're
into.
paying now, dude.
I'm trying to get into it. So
I'm
we'll see.
You know what I'm doing though? I'm trying to stockpile like 40 clips
Smart.
because I have
And
like
then just steadily
I have like
release 'em.
12 right now that I'm like satisfied with and that are captioned up and ready to go.
Yeah.
But then like so I'm like, even though I'm posting shit on Instagram, all this shit I'm just trying to get to like 30 or 40 and then like start putting that shit out like every
Hell yeah.
2 days or 3 days, post a
Exactly.
clip,
That's
and
a
then
good
like
month or two
can
of
also
content.
keep recycling that shit, Throwback Thursday and all that stupid bullshit.
Oh yeah.
God,
And
social media is so gay, dude.
I fucking hate now that we bring it back up. God damn it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Come back next week. Tell your friends about the pod. Like, share, subscribe, all the cool stuff.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Jake, for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
Really
man.
appreciate
Had a good
you.
time.
All right. Peace out.